What's up, Epic 7? TristenWulf here, bringing you another Epic 7 guide. Today, we're going to talk about the Golem. Do you need some protection set gear? You're a little bit behind on your HP and defense sets. You just don't like the Golem and you want to punch him in his stupid horse face. Well, have I got some teams for you. I'm going to go over a whole gambit of teams, starting out with an early game team, something that you should be able to put together within the first couple weeks of gameplay, low-end gear with free units. Then we'll move on to a mid-game team. This is a team you should be able to build after a few months that'll help you clear Golem even faster. And then after you've experienced a year or so of gameplay and you've got some really good gear, we'll go with our late game team. This team is going to be turbo fast and super clean, and then we will finish it off with our end game team for those whales out there who just want to one-shot it, stupid fast, stupid efficient, and do it with only 3 units. So let's jump right in and talk about that first team, the early game team. All right, guys, here it is, the early game team, all free units. You get Sirmia from your hunt challenges, you get Tamarin from your connections, Ross you get just by playing the game, and Mascot Hazel, she's a specialty change of a 3-star unit that you should get pretty soon in the game. And if you don't have Mascot Hazel, you can replace her with a variety of other Soul Weavers that help keep you alive. You could even run Bomb Model Kana on Bloodstone in a pinch. But Hazel is super good for this. Let's go over the gear. Adventurer Ross only needs 3 things. He needs a little bit of speed, he needs at least 65% effectiveness to help him stick those defense breaks, and he needs a whole bunch of HP to stay alive. Now, if you have one, slap an Arius on Ross. It'll help keep your team alive even better, help him support your team. I didn't have a plus 15 Arius, so I'm just running him without an artifact just to show you how consistent, clean, and smooth this team really is. Next, you'll want to run Tamarin. Tamarin is built very similar to Ross. You only care about 2 things with Tamarin, though: her health and her speed. You want her to be fast enough to cycle her turns. It's important that Tamarin takes multiple turns so that she can go into Idol's form when you need it the most. A good choice of artifact for her is Magahara's Tome. This will help cycle her. She'll get that CR push whenever she uses her S2. Another option would be Prophetic Candlestick or Water's Origin, or any artifact to help her heal, from Rod of Amaryllis to Shamadra Staff. Anything that helps support your team, you can really run anything on her. As for speed, try to keep her north of 190 speed, but if you can't quite hit that, just do what you can do and give her enough bulk to survive. This is a pretty paper thin Tamarin and she still does fine. Effectiveness and effect resistance don't really matter. Now, if you want a smoother, cleaner run, you can pump her effect resistance up to try to help keep the stuns off of her, but it's really not necessary. This works fine just the way it is. Next, we're going to run Mascot Hazel. Mascot Hazel and Tamarin are built almost identical, and they want almost identical artifacts. Again, you can run Prophetic Candlestick to help cycle her skills. You could run the Magahara's Tome to help her cycle her turns. You could put her on Water's Origin. You could put her on Shamadra Staff, Rod of Amaryllis, anything to support the team. Any artifact will work. And just like Tamarin, try to keep her north of 190 speed. If you can't quite hit it, that's fine. Just do your best. And give her some bulk. Again, she is almost the exact same stats as Tamarin. Again, effect resistance is nice. You want to keep stuns and defense breaks off her, but it's not really necessary. Pretty easy to build on very low-end gear. And finally, Sirmia. If you guys can't build a better Sirmia than this, I will eat my hat. This Sirmia is on dog water gear at 300 crit damage and 3,800 attack. I'm sure you can do better than this Sirmia. Sirmia, you want her to be a little bit fast. Entertain the idea of using speed boots because it is nice for her to take some turns. You don't want her to be so slow that she never really moves. I like for her to take some extra turns, so speed boots are nice. Try to keep her north of 150 speed. Once you hit 150 speed, the only things that matter are 85% crit chance, because at 85% crit chance, she will be at 100% crit. And the reason for that is she's a fire unit, and everybody in the Golem fight is an earth unit. And when you're attacking a weaker element, you get 15% bonus crit chance. So because she is attacking fire into earth, she gets plus 15, so she's technically at 101 crit chance. And just put damage in. I mean, you don't really need some bulk. A little bit of bulk's nice. You don't want her to be a fragile little flower. You want her to be able to not die to a single slap back. But this health and defense range worked fine for me and then some. Just really consider damage. Now, you might consider I'll put some effectiveness on her because it would be really nice to get this heal block to stick. And that's true. It is a 75% chance, and it is a heal block, and that does slow the golem down. It'll make your runs go faster, but don't sacrifice your damage for it. In a perfect world, yes, go for 65% effectiveness on her, but more important is that she kills, and that's why we have her on the Daydream Joker artifact. Make sure this thing is plus 30. This is your primary source of damage for hunts. Well, not primary, but it is a major source of damage for hunts. And remember, Daydream Joker, this percentage scales with crit damage. So the higher your crit damage, the higher your scaling on this artifact, the more damage you do. And as for an exclusive equipment, her S1 EE is the ideal choice. The other ones don't really help you out that much in a hunt, but use whichever one you've got. They all are fine because of the bonus attack, but the S1 giving you that extra chance for a double hit is just so nice. And that's it, guys. Oh, and make sure you load up your hunt pet, the one that gives you all the bonuses from hunts. Even if you only have one bonus for a hunt, $1's a buck. Make sure you load up your hunt pet and then just jump in and start killing you some golems. Now, at the start of the fight, everybody's skills are going to be on. Tamarin's going to attack here. Mascot Hazel uses her S3. It's going to give buffs to everybody. We can take some hits. Rossel uses S3. This puts a defense buff up. Between the defense buff and the double healers, we are pretty impregnable. Sirmia is going to blow away one of those turtles. She gets bit. Now, the turtles and the bee do some decent damage, but because of the defense buff and because of the double healer, we make short work of this team. Get him, Sirmia. Beautiful. And on to stage 2. Now, what speeds this along the most is if Ross can get a defense break off, but you don't need it. Hazel gives us a heal block, which is really nice. When the tree tries to heal the golem, he's going to be unsuccessful. Now, look at all those debuffs we've got. It looks pretty bad. Tamarin's going to heal us up here. Mascot Hazel uses her S3, and just like that, what debuffs? Well, I guess Tam's still got a debuff, but that's why you build her a little bit bulky, so she can take the hits. Now, Tamarin transforms. That's the last of the debuffs. She's going to CR push everybody up, give everybody an attack buff, constant attack buff samming. Tam attack buffs, Sirmia self-gabs, Mascot Hazel provides gab, and by gab, I mean greater attack buff, is a serious amount of damage. We've got the heal block back up again, so that tree is going to have a really hard time hitting any kind of heals on the golem, even through defense break. With the defense buff mitigating the defense break, we're in good shape. Tamarin hits again. Not a single defense break. Up, we got a defense break. Now it is over for the golem. It was over for him before we even started this fight, let's be real. But the defense break speeds it along, and there you go. Clean, consistent. And you may say, oh, but it could fail, right? You could get defense broken and just get stomped, right? No. This team doesn't fail. I'll prove it to you guys. Check it out. And there you go. 10 wins in a row. I could do this 100 times, never have a fail. It is a clean, consistent, stable way to background farm this and get all of your golem quests, missions, and gear taken care of. Oh, and for those of you watching this down the road, these carrots, they're from a special event that's going on right now. Those are not something that normally drops. Now, what about those of you who've made it to the mid-game? You're 5 or 6 months in, you've got better gear than that, you can build something cleaner. Well, this is a solid team that is stupid fast, and I think you're going to love it. And look at that, not a healer to be seen. We're going to run Victorica. Victorica is surprisingly good damage if you give her a destruction set. So Victorica is 65% effectiveness, so she has the best chance of landing her defense breaks. We've got her 85% crit chance, so she has 100% into green units because of elemental advantage. And she's got a little bit of speed. We wanted to take some turns. I've got her on Daydream Joker just to drop some extra damage. It's not required, but hey, $1's a buck. You can try a damage dealing artifact if you need help clearing the stage 1 mobs. That's all she needs, and doesn't really need any bulk even though she's a knight. Next, we're going to run Bomb Model Kana. Bomb Model Kana is our healer. We've got her on Bloodstone to help keep the team alive. Bloodstone is a fiercely good artifact to help speed the things along. It turns our damage dealer into a healer. It is one of the best early and mid-game PvE artifacts, and you'll use it far into the late game. If you don't have one, I strongly recommend you pick one at your earliest convenience. Bomb Model Kana needs 65% effectiveness if we want to use her strip, but it's really not that important for her to have effectiveness. She has this mostly for expeditions. Just like her crit chance does not need to be 100%, I have her crit chance up there mostly for some various PvE usages. Because she's a fire unit, she only needs 85% crit chance. She also doesn't need to be this fast, but it's nice. If you have her this fast, she will go early, she'll speed buff your whole team, and it helps you move through stage 1 super fast. As for exclusive equipment, I've got her on the increased speed and dual attack chance by 5%. It helps a little bit. And that's it. Just some damage. She doesn't really need any bulk at all. Next is Sirmia. Remember from the last fight? Well, she's gotten a little bit of a glow up. We put some better gear on our Sirmia. She's now 4K by 326. Still not the most amazing Sirmia in the world, but a big step up from the way she looked in the prior fight. Other than that, everything's the same. You can run her effectiveness up, but you aren't going to need to. At this damage level, she is just going to kill and out damage any healing that tree could do. 85% crit chance is the goal, the rest into damage. Again, I like some speed on her. I don't like base speed Sirmia for this hunt. And her number 1 EE is her ideal EE for that chance of a double S1 hit, and Daydream Joker is her artifact of choice for hunts. Now, the 4th slot's a little bit of a player's choice, but if you really want to min-max it, Haste is amazing. Now, there's a dozen and one different fire units you could run in Haste place, but let me tell you why Haste is the unsung hero of PvE. Haste's S1 skill has a defense break on it. Haste's S3 skill has a defense break on it. Haste's S2 has heal block on it and Vampiric Touch, which lets your units heal themselves and heals your whole team, making him a healer on top of Bomb Model Kana's Bloodstone. This is why we never die. And on top of all of that, I've got him on the Alabastron artifact, which is a banger thief artifact because it gives him 35 free effectiveness, letting me run him really, really low. I only need 65, and I am up to 79% with this artifact. And this artifact, look at this, on single target attacks, decrease defense. It gives him an additional chance to defense break, so even his S2, which has no defense break on it, can have a defense break on it if this artifact procs. He is a defense break spamming machine. He does tremendous damage. He helps clear the stage 1 mobs with his AoE S3, and he heals the team. Haste is really, really good for Golem, as well as things like Vera in the Labyrinth. I've got him on his number 1 EE just to give an additional chance for that defense break to stick, because really that's the most important thing here is defense breaks. Other than that, enough speed to take some turns and a little bit of damage doesn't hurt. Only needs 85% crit chance. Remember, you always want to run your hunt pet, whoever your hunt pet is. Make sure you are traveling with your hunt pet to get those resources. Here's how the fight goes. All right, guys, everybody's skills are on. At the start of the fight, Kana is going to use her S3. This will give everybody on the team a speed buff. The speed buff's really nice. It'll help us cut the turtles. Haste is going to use his S3. This does apply defense break, but your Victorica should be strong enough that even without the defense break, this can kill. And we're on to stage 2. In stage 2, Kana's going to go ahead and smack him a little bit, do some damage. Haste is going to use his S2, applying heal block and vampirism. We do a big S3 from Sirmia, and Victorica is going to come in with her S3. This is going to apply the counter buff to her. Another hit. We get a counter attack from the Golem. He tries to heal, but he can't because of the heal block. He attacks, he counters, he eats a defense break. Oh, we got 50%ed on the defense break. That's tragic, but Haste's S1 gives us a defense break. See how good Haste is? Look how hard this hits into a fence break. Oh my god, he's almost dead. In fact, almost, he's totally dead. Even if you never defense break, this team is ultra safe. It is 100% success rate. I've never had a fail with it, even with no defense breaks. It clears wicked fast. But don't take it from me. I will go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and spend 50 Sky Stones just to show you guys that this team is stable. Let's go ahead and get some Leafs going. Check it out. unstoppable. So this is a very fast clear and 100% success rate team. But what about when you got really good gear and you want to go stupid fast? What do you do then? Well, check out this team. This is a super fast team. Now, this is late game gear. It involves some limited and ML units, but oh my God, it's clean. Wait till you see this. So first, we're going to have Vivian. This is my adventure clearing Vivian, and she is strong. She doesn't quite need to be this fast, but the speed helps me out a lot in adventure. I've got her at 100% crit chance because we do not have elemental advantage. We're green into green. We're neutral. The rest is into attack and crit damage. I need her to, all by herself, clear the floor 1 mobs. Now, I've got her on the number 2 EE, and this is important. This will let her buff herself, lap, and then kill the turtles in B. I've got her on a symbol of unity. There's a variety of artifacts you can run her on. Just make sure she's got enough damage to clear the stage 1 mobs. Next, I've got Sinful Angelica. Sinful Angelica is a little bit faster than Vivian. That way she can give Vivian a speed buff and help Vivian cycle around even faster to make sure she gets a turn. I got her on Prophetic Candlestick, but it doesn't matter. We're never going to use it. And for an EE, none of the EEs matter other than the speed. All you need on Sinful Angelica is for her to exist and to go fast enough that she can go before Vivian and buff her with speed and attack. That's it. That's all. That's her entire purpose in this fight. Well, that and dual attacks. Next, we're going to run Commander Lorena. That's right, she's back. Even at the late game, you will use the hell out of this unit. I'm telling you. We got her on Daydream Joker, so she hits like a truck. I've got her on Rage set, so I am somewhat counting on a debuff. You can run her on Destruction set, or Torrent set, or Pen set. All those work just fine. Just whatever it takes to make a nuclear Commander Lorena, you put that together and go nuts. All that matters is damage, damage, and more damage. 100% crit chance. She can be base speed because of the crazy nature of the way Lorena works. And we're going to run Afternoon Soak Flan. I know she's limited, but hey, I said late game. You can also run Gala Lilius in place of Afternoon Soak Flan. She does a bang-up job as well. Afternoon Soak Flan, I have got my Nuclear Flan in play. Really, any Flan would work. You can use a standard PvP Flan, a Lifesteal Flan, a Speed Flan, a Destro Flan, whatever you want. I've got 2, and I just like this one because, man, she puts out the numbers with double Torrent and Pen on DDJ. Oh, my God, she hits so hard. Here is how the fight goes. Oh, almost forgot. Even when you're late game, don't forget to set your hunt pet. Let's go get him. Okay, everybody's skills are on except for Lorena. Lorena's skills are off for this. That way, she can dual attack with Flan. Her S3 isn't worth as much as that dual attack with Flan. So Vivian, S3s, pushes herself up, and then she will, we took a hit, then she S2s, kills the back row B, gives her another attack, kills the turtles. That's what's so great about Vivian, is that extra attack on her S2 if she kills. Now we dual attack, we got the defense break off of Singelica. If we don't get the defense break off of Singelica, there's another chance for a defense break right here with this S3, and if the first defense break hadn't hit and that defense break hits, then Commander Lorena kills. If neither defense break hits, Lorena almost kills, and then it takes one more hit to kill. So it varies a little bit on speed. Sometimes it's a 2-hit kill, sometimes it's a 3-hit kill, sometimes it's a 4-hit kill. It just matters if you stick that first, second, or third defense break, but it is screaming fast. Just a little bit of a range depending on how fast. And there is no fail condition. Hell, the enemy barely even got to take a turn, it was so fast. But let's say you want the ultimate in speed, and you want to be able to do it with 3 units so you can friendship farm, and you've got some of the best gear in the game. You have whaled out. You've worked hard to have the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Well, here is your team. That's right. It is Vivian to clear stage 1 and Strays and Watcher to clear stage 2. So Vivian is the exact same Vivian from last round. No different because she worked, and that's all she needs to do. So again, fast enough to lap everybody. I got her at 240 speed to pull that trick off, and enough damage to kill the bee in the back. It'll take 14k damage to kill the bee in the back. So you can watch your damage. You need like 14,500 to finish that bee off, to proc her second attack to kill the turtles. You can run her on Symbol of Unity or any other damage boosting artifact. I've got her on her number 2 EE that's necessary to help her lap. Next in line, we have Watcher Shuri at 149 speed. You need him to be a little bit fast. You need him to be at least 140-ish speed, 138 and slower, and the Golem might cut him and might stun him. So you want to make sure that he is fast enough that he can squeeze his shot off at 149 speed. It does it. And we've got him on Daydream Joker. His exclusive equipment does not matter other than giving him some additional speed. You're not going to be around long enough to worry about skill nullifier. And Strays also needs to be in the 140 to 145 speed range. Now, I mean, you're saying, oh, but he's only 135. But remember, Watcher's giving him a speed imprint. So technically, he's 145 with the imprint from Watcher. That's what makes him work. We've got him on Daydream Joker to be nuclear. And speaking of nuclear, Destro Torrent for 5k, 315 damage. He is going to hit like a truck. Make sure your hunt pet is set. And let's jump in. Everybody's skills are on for this fight. At the start of the fight, Vivian's going to use her S3. This will give her the attack buff she needs, and because of her EE, it'll give her the CR push to lap around. She takes one hit, kills the back bee, kills the other turtles. We move on to stage 2. Stage 2 happens, we get like one hit off here, then Watcher Shuri shoots the Golem in the face, taking him down almost to 50% health, where Strays comes in, cuts a planet, 2 moons, and a Golem in half, ending the fight. 0 fail rate, and you can imagine that 4th spot in the back has got whatever unit I'm leveling or friendship farming to allow me the ultimate in speed wyvern farming and level and friendship farming efficiency. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed these teams. If you have better teams, if you have your favorite teams, your ideas for teams that you think would be really appreciated by the community, put them in the comments section. There are so many ways to beat the Golem. This is in no way, shape, or form the only way to do it. I just wanted to give you a good range and 4 of my favorite teams. Those of you who are going to post your teams in the comment section, please avoid 85% success rate teams. We don't want teams that are dependent on defense breaks. We want 100% success. It's 2025. You ain't got no time for fails. If you have any questions, also ask those in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.